Hi, I'm Rob Pelk, CEO with AdvantageLumber.com. I'm sitting here today with Ryan Stover, Senior Product Manager at Trex Factory. We're in the Winchester factory, and Ryan, as Senior Project Manager, knows all the secret sauce that goes into Trex products. So here to weasel out what we can find out, what's new for 2025. I know you've been with the company about 7 years, and
Right.
You're involved in all the major decisions and are leaning on you for your expertise. Trex has about doubled their sales in those 7 years. Why can I say it? Is it just market? Is it something Trex is doing special, or?
Sure. I mean, a lot of it does just lean on Trex. You know, the leading in the industry as far as what we're looking at from an outdoor living standpoint. Very proud of the products. Obviously, very proud to be part of this company. As we look at what Trex has done over the last, we can say 5 to 7 years where I've been with the company, we're trying to make sure that we have an offering that expands the whole category. Not only decking and railing, but ancillary products as well, right? We're leaning into lighting, making sure we get the fasteners. So we want to be able to be with someone who's building a deck from start to finish. When we talk about products, having that decking that's going to be able to pull share from wood, right? So your entry-level price point, all the way up to premium. So looking at signature and enhance and everything in between. So to make sure that we can address all price points, and that's what's really going to help that decking growth. What we're doing now in the last year's 18 months is looking at railing the same exact way. Historically, we've had a premium composite and we've had premium aluminum. There's a lot other railing materials that we want to be in, that we want to make sure we expand this offering the same way that we did decking. You look at PVCs and vinyls. Now, Trex is not going to have a PVC or a vinyl railing, but we're going to engineer our Select line and our Enhanced line in the railing category to make sure that we can compete from a price point in that vinyl and PVC category, but give you that composite quality and durability. So now we're expanding into steel. We have the Select aluminum coming out this year, and then you have again the composites range all the way from Enhance and Select all the way up to Transcend. So making sure that we cover our bases in railing the same way that we have historically in decking. That's what's really contributed to a lot of the growth and a lot of the success in this company over the last years that I've been here.
So you guys are really hitting the whole gamut of entry-level deck products all the way up to your signature series, you said, of very high-end deck products and everything in between. I know you said during the factory tour that rail is a big go-forward push.
Yeah.
It's something that we sell a ton of at AdvantageLumber.com, and there's a lot of different options. Some of those, like you said, the growth considerations in rail are metal being aluminum and steel. Mm-hmm. And in the news lately, everybody's concerned, with this administration waving flags about tariffs. Sure. And some of that's negotiations, like they're not really going to be tariffs. Other ones really could hit. Mm-hmm. And some of those with a global supply chain that could affect the rail price. Is that all going to be on the consumer if it hits? Is that shared with distributors? How do you see that playing out if there is tariffs on some of these metals?
Sure. That's a great question, Rob. And I think what we're seeing is very new, right? So we're really trying to adjust really daily as we see a lot of changes come into the market. Now, one thing that we want to make sure is true, just because you see a 10% or a 25% tariff on steel or aluminum doesn't mean that you should expect a 10% or a 25% price increase to come. What that means is that Trex and all suppliers of those types of materials need to go back and look at their negotiations. We're going to sit down with our suppliers and we're going to talk about how we address these changes in the market. Are we going to actually get any of that put on Trex? Are we going to be able to work with a supplier to where they can handle those tariffs? To be able to have a quick reaction and say, let's pass these costs on, really isn't fair, because you don't know how long these tariffs are going to last. We've seen them very short-lived, and then you can see some that do linger on for quite a while. Right now, what we're doing is going back to the drawing board with our suppliers, and again, negotiating terms with all of them. A lot of times you're going to see suppliers that are willing to take those tariffs on, and you don't have any change to your cost of materials. But again, on the day-to-day as we see these announcements come out, that's what we're trying to do, is make sure that we manage these as effectively as possible, and to make sure that we can make sure that going downstream, you don't see some of the impacts that could come with the tariffs. So again, very new and a lot of negotiations in place, but the goal is to be able to hold these tariffs at bay and not get overly impacted as we start to see the negotiations happen in the market right now.
Right. So a 25% increase in a tariff is not necessarily going to translate to a 25% increase in the retail sales price of a product, even if it's an imported metal that's used in that.
Correct. Hypothetically, 25% tariff. Maybe you can get 12% of that come to Trex, and maybe Trex manages that 12% for a period of time. You see what that's going to do, how long-lived that tariff could be. Again, too early to tell exactly how a lot of these tariffs are going to be managed internally and with our suppliers right now. Ongoing conversations, but I think we'll be able to work effectively and keep these as stable as possible as we see the market start to change.
Right, and we also have the factor of we're sitting at a kind of a sweet spot where our market share is growing. AdvantageLumber.com, Trex's market share is growing. So as we grow market share in the aluminum and steel handrail, we're all pushing on our suppliers for better pricing. So we've actually negotiated with a lot of the suppliers better pricing. You guys are doing the same. So that may be a year out, 2 years out before a tariff could affect us. A lot of unknowns, like you say. It could affect us next month. We don't know, but it doesn't mean a knee jerk. I have to order my rail before I even do my deck.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. And we just want to be cognizant of the market and make sure that like you would with any other decision you make, really just stay in tune with what's going on and understand that sure there could be impacts in the future, and you just want to be as flexible as possible. Right now we'll continue to manage these as best we can as we see all these changes come almost daily, right?
Okay. So we said that you're also attacking the high-end decking market with the Signature line. And that's something at AdvantageLumber.com. We've been shipping that all over the country. Very successful with that product line. Do you see that? Are you tapering off on growth on that, or do you see that continuing to, go into the unknown as far as selling the Signature line?
Yeah, we spent several years developing that Signature line, and really a lot of those years were making sure that we perfected the product, making sure that we could come to market with, given the print layer on that, whatever we wanted it to look like, and go after that aesthetic that we obtained. Take the protective layers and put the protection on top of that, and all of a sudden you see a product that we can market as that premium level with both the aesthetics and the extreme durability top in the market that comes with that product. So we are seeing growth. We continue to be very aggressive with how we market that product. Again, the premium product, you want to market as such. You want to make sure that you push that aesthetic as much as you can. Some of the jobs that we've seen go down with Signature so far have been absolutely gorgeous, and it's one of those products that you can take a step back and really wonder, is that wood? What is giving me this aesthetic? And again, the durability that is just unsurpassed in the market right now. Right.
And the maintenance, I guess, that I don't want to say maintenance free, but low maintenance aspects of those continue to attract clientele.
Right, low maintenance. I mean, you spray this off and it's as good as new. At the same time, you're talking about that aesthetic that whenever you lay that down and you think to yourself, this has a 50-year warranty. I don't have to worry anything about this product for 50 years. I don't think anyone's thinking about a deck that they put down 50 years later, but this
Right.
Definitely gives you that peace of mind as
Right.
as you lean into that category.
Yeah, I guess 50 years wouldn't trigger me personally to buy, thinking where I'm going to be in 50 years. I'm going to be well under the ground. So,
Sure.
But it does. I do worry. Are my kids going to have to mess with this deck? Every generation has less carpentry skills, so it's going to be
Sure.
harder and harder. But even if that product performs awesome halfway through its life, 25 years, it's going to give me a peace of mind that halfway through the product life, it's still going to look good.
Yeah, and it just allows a consumer to say, okay, Trex is willing to put a stamp of approval on this for 50 years.
The future of the company's right on it, right?
They know they have something.
Right.
So that's kind of the protection we want to push with that.
So Trex invented the composite decking space essentially.
Sure.
You guys were the first one out there with a composite decking board, and you don't want to say you own the composite space, but you guys are the Kleenex of composite. You guys are the leader at the forefront of there. Do you ever see, is there any backroom chatter? Should Trex also have a competing PVC board? A lot of PVC manufacturers spend a lot of money on marketing that. Mm-hmm. Is that a space you ever see, Trex sliding into?
Yeah, I think, being the brand leader and like you said, really inventing the category, we're always looking at what's next. I mean, that's a tagline, right? Engineering what's next in outdoor living. And no, we won't stop at composites. We'll continue to weigh the features and benefits of materials you see in the market today and materials that you don't see in the market today. We're constantly trying to push that envelope and find out, okay, not only do we want to be ahead, but we want to stay ahead. And in doing so, it's what's next, things that we're innovating here and that we're always excited to communicate what's coming next in the Trex lineup. There's PVC boards out there, sure, mineral composite boards, and then obviously our flagship wood composite. So a lot of success that we've had with that, but no, Trex is never going to stop and say, okay, WPC or wood plastic composite is where we hang our hat. We're going to always look at features and benefits and try to find out how we continue to push that effort and maintain the leader position.
Excellent. So there's no-go zones as far as material. If you guys need to, fire up a plant making a PVC board because you guys have enhanced, that product material to a point where it gives you a benefit. Because every material, of course, has a time and a place. Like a PVC board, you can submerge underwater as a step into the lake, but you don't want a PVC board on a fueling dock that's going to drag a cord across it and make static electricity when you have an explosive consideration. So
sure. There's
a time and a place for every material, and you're kind of open-ended here to go into any material you like. You're not just stuck to one type of material. Like right. You've advanced into capstock. It wasn't. You're not in a box. You guys are looking for anything that will advance the market.
Right, and we're continually pushing our product and seeing what it can do. There's been recent communication on all of our Trex decking and marine applications. You talk about that product being underwater. There's enough testing now that we've done in-house and externally to show, yeah, you can take Trex products and you can install those in any marine application where that's going to have significant water contact with the elements as well. So we're already in that market. We're happy to push that market and talking a lot more about it right now. When you look at the PVCs, when you look at those products, the reason that we have stayed in our lane so far is we like to talk about that 94% plus recycled content in our materials. When you get into some of those categories, you can't tout the same type of recycled content.
So, I mean, you're reporting direct to the CEO with Trex?
No, so I actually report to the director of product.
Yeah. Okay, so director of product. Is there anything you want to do with Trex that he won't let you do, or how's that work? Not to get in trouble with the boss.
No. Actually, my boss and I and the whole product team has a really good relationship, not only with each other internally, but we work very closely with Adam Zambanini, COO, with CEO Brian Fairbanks. So no, we stay very much aligned. We make sure that our strategies are very much aligned with what we're doing on the product side, and constantly going back and measuring those to make sure that alignment is in place so we can move as quickly and efficiently as possible and continue to roll these products out like we've seen in the past. We've launched 19 products in the last year and a half. Unheard of at Trex, and we've really worked to build a product team, and product launches are much more than the product team. Every single person in this company is responsible for these products as we continue to roll them out and expand our portfolio on the decking, railing, lighting, fastener side. Again, trying to be all-in-one, one-stop shop for the Trex customer.
So you're funneling ideas from within, you say the way that Trex is structured, and you're running the Trex University here. I mean, it's really impressive facility where you have pretty much everything you want to learn about the Trex product line stationed off here, and you lead that program of education here. What's something you see contractors, dealers, different sales reps come through here? What's something you struggle with as far as installation or product knowledge that is always a struggle to try to make them understand?
Sure. I think it's just the breadth of product that Trex offers. Last year, again, and leading into this year, we've expanded that railing category. We've dove headfirst into the fastener category. So, you can work with our sales team. Our sales team is very knowledgeable in understanding these products and pushing these products. But I think the folks that we have here, and we do 1 to 2 tours a week, 30 and 40 people in here every single tour, and being able to show them the hands-on and show them the tangibles that go along with these product lines, taking it off the paper and actually putting it in front of them. That's really what helps us here. That's what, decking's one thing to understand. Understanding a deck board and a decking product lineup, that's really quite simple. Whenever you get into the railing and you understand all of the different things that the railing products can do, if you're looking at brackets or many different configurations to accommodate whatever type of railing installation you might have to attach to that decking, that's where the education piece comes in. That's where we can really sit with people here at Trex University and show them how these products work and how it all comes together to create a full system.
Well, we appreciate all your insights on that. And there's a ton of products here. I mean, even blown away by the amount of rail options you have when I look through the display there. We're going to go through and try to put those online to help get the word out about each product. And a lot of contractors, they just simply, I come from a contractor background, they don't have the time to peel off a job and come for this experience. And I know you told me before, every single person that comes through here learns something. So whether you're, a beginner contractor or, a large dealer, they're all learning something about the product, the do's and don'ts of the install, what's capable. So we're going to try to help put that out to our customer base of, the different selections, the do's and don'ts, and save the contractors a little time. If they can't make it, if they can make it, it's certainly, talk to your Trex reps. It's a great experience to come through and just see the huge factory that you guys have. And I think just your rail components alone, you said 500,000 square foot facility of just inventory of rail components. I mean, it's mind blowing. The scale of it.
All the railing being kitted back here in the railing warehouse again. So that's where we have the full breadth of, if it's not decking and it's not fencing, it's shipping out of this warehouse here. And what we love about the Trex University is exactly what you said. That's our opportunity to educate people. That's our opportunity to help grow the knowledge of Trex products, number one. Number two, that's our opportunity to hear back from the people who know about Trex, from the people who are maybe a year in or 20 years in with Trex. What are we doing right? What can we improve upon? Right, so it's definitely a double-edged sword. We like to bring people in here to grow our knowledge, as well, and that's kind of what we try to pull out of folks that come in. If you're a distributor, if you're a dealer, if you're a contractor, let's work together to make sure that Trex is giving you everything that you need, and to make sure that we're actually pushing the envelope on what we can provide and how we can grow your business along with our business.
Excellent. Well, I appreciate the opportunity today. Check out AdvantageLumber.com for all the Trex lineup of products. We ship them right to your home around the country. So AdvantageLumber.com, send us an email, call us, send us a napkin sketch, and we'll help you do the layout of the rail, the layout of the decking, or just general installation questions. So we're all up to speed with everything from the factory. And there's a bunch of us, I think 20 of us here today from AdvantageLumber.com. So we're going to take Ryan out back of the warehouse and get the rest of the secrets out of them. So stay tuned for anything Trex related. Check it out, AdvantageLumber.com.